Is Gucci good again? For the last 2 years, Gucci has felt like it's playing it safe, going for quiet luxury and losing the entire Gucci soul in the process. I'm looking at the new ready-to-wear collection and some of the new makeup products that Gucci has just released. I'm exploring whether or not Gucci has turned a corner and it's actually making us feel something again. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about Gucci. We are going to focus on Gucci Beauty. I have 2 new shades of the Gucci Glow Blush. I also have 3 new shades of the Sheer lipsticks. I've always liked the Gucci lips, but we're gonna explore a couple of new shades. I also have a full face of Gucci makeup on today, and we're going to talk about how I think maybe Gucci has sort of fallen under the radar. Perhaps has something to do with Gucci overall as brand. So I do want to touch on the ready-to-wear collection that has just been released. And the new direction from the brand is really not about selling clothing. It's really interesting. It's about selling character archetypes. And this is called the La Famiglia collection, really focusing on like family portraits of different persona that are part of the Gucci world. And the vibe of the entire collection is more is more. It's a little bit darker, it's whimsical. I think it really does focus a lot on the Tom Ford era, the 1990s, and the 1960s kind of Italian glamour. It's very tailored, it's very Gucci. It's very over the top. Now, I've been looking at the collection and I don't own a lot of Gucci ready-to-wear. In fact, I own very little. I have this jacket. This is a denim jacket from the 90s, actually. And it has like the Gucci horse bit on the pocket. I have Gucci shoes. And in fact, Gucci loafers, in my opinion, are some of the most comfortable loafers ever. Like the leather is amazing. I have great shoes by Gucci. And I, in fact, bought a pair last year, the mesh with the crystal. So I've always liked Gucci shoes. I have Gucci earrings, but that's it. Like I don't have any of the Gucci clothes. I would love to own something by Tom Ford Gucci. I don't have any of the purses, any of that. But the last several years, Gucci has really been in trouble. Because of that, they brought in a new director, Demna, formerly of Balenciaga. There's a whole history there. If you're not aware of it, you can go look that up. But what I will say is that the collection itself, if we're just focusing on the collection, I am really impressed with pieces of it. Now, pieces of it are kind of like and I don't want to say boring, but they're very, just the GG logo, and it's got that monogram print with the tan and the dark brown, that kind of thing. But then there's some pieces in there that I absolutely love. There's a coat, there's a necklace, I mean, really gorgeous. And there's a bag. For the first time in a very long time, I really love this Gucci bag. Is it practical? No, not at all. Not in any way. I mean, I would never wear it, but I still love it. I won't purchase it, but I mean, it's the first time I've seen a bag from Gucci in, I can't tell you how many years, where I've been like, wow, that's special, that's unique. So I think, again, putting aside the artistic director and your opinions of that for a second, I think this collection is actually going to do quite well, just from a business standpoint. So it'll be interesting to see if this helps turn the fortunes of Gucci around. At the same time, Gucci has introduced new pieces of makeup. They haven't revamped their beauty line or anything like that, but they have turned to this more alive aesthetic. Something that, is more fun, more whimsical, more fitting in with the ready-to-wear collection. And one of the things that they introduced was this glow blush. Now, they also have had a couple of pieces that have come out recently, like last year, that are glow highlighters. And I do have one in Frosted Lilac that I'll use today. But what I wanted to do is show you the blushes first. What I have on my face, believe it or not, is Gucci foundation. This is a cushion foundation. And this is actually being reintroduced in the cushion form as well. This is 2 years? I think it's 2 years ago. And it's the Flawless Coverage Moisturizing SPF 22 Cushion de Beauté from Gucci, and this is in 03. I actually really like their cushion foundation. I thought it was really good, but again, it wasn't really like a mass produced product. We heard a little bit about it and then it was gone. So I think when the cushion comes out, if it comes out in the United States, I will purchase it. I wouldn't be surprised if it's either limited here in the US or maybe not at all, because the shades, if I remember from last time, were on the lighter side and there weren't as many shades, and I think it was predominantly an Asian market thing, but you know, cross fingers that they actually do it. I also have on the Gucci bronzer as my eyeshadow. This is one of my favorite bronzers of all time. This bronzer, when it came out 6 years ago, it's an amazingly good bronzer, and I still have so much of it left. There's no scent to it anymore. There was a scent to it when it first was introduced. It has a little teeny brush in the bottom. I love the case. I think it's a great case. This is in shade, I think it's 01. Yep, 01. And I love the packaging. I also have the powder in the same packaging with the pink, and I just placed it under my eyes. This is in matte natural 02, and just, you know, under here to keep the under eyes dry and matte, because the foundation is actually, the cushion foundation is actually quite moisturizing. I have the brow pencils from Gucci, which are excellent, and they come in auburn. Really, really good. I've always liked the Gucci pencils. And then lip liner, and there's eyeliner too, which are all really good. I used the chocolate liner today, and I will show you the 3 shades that I have. So, you know, looking at the collection, I realized that I have not a huge amount of Gucci, but I have some, and I actually like it. All of the products work exceedingly well. I think they're really good quality. This bluish shade is my favorite from them, and it's anthracite, so it's like a grayish blue. I think it's a great shade. It looks good on practically everyone. Then the purple, and then the chocolate. The purple is called Amethyst, and then chocolate. Liners I haven't used yet on my face, but I think the liners are good too. And I don't pull them out very often. I have, this is Tendre and Miel. Miel is more of like an orange, and Tendre is more of the pink. None of these products are bad products, and they all work like they're supposed to and have great pigment and look really good. I just don't reach for them. And I think part of it has been sort of the, I don't know what the word is for you know, not being interested, the lack of interest in what Gucci is doing. Just overall, I've felt like they've been kind of boring. And I think part of it has to do with the fact that Gucci is not quiet luxury. Gucci has never been quiet luxury. Gucci is over the top, leather, Tom Ford, you know, like, to me anyway, that's how I think of Gucci. And, you know, the 60s kind of Italian over the top look. So I think they were trying to fit an aesthetic that didn't fit them, and I just think it went horribly wrong for Gucci. And so the beauty component, I think, followed the same lines. I don't think they were giving it the attention that it should have had. I don't know if they'll give it the attention it needs now, but I do like the glow products that they've come up with, the highlighter and now the blushes. We'll talk about the 2 shades that I picked up. And I've always liked the lipsticks. In fact, I'll show you all the shades of Gucci lipstick I have. I have actually quite a few. Let's talk about Arctic Rose and Soft Plum. This formula is a shift from the Luminous Matte blushes, which I actually do have one. This is in shade Tender Apricot, and I do actually like this shade. I've talked about Gucci blushes before that they're not my favorite. I didn't think they were terrible, but I didn't really like them. I was just kind of like, they're fine. And I think it's because of the way the finish was. This Luminous Matte, just, it's not, first of all, the idea of Luminous Matte has always just annoyed me, because I mean, they're diametrically opposed. Luminosity and matte don't, that's, you know, anyway. But the formula had, it wasn't bad. It was actually pigmented and it looked nice, but it didn't sink into the skin. It didn't look like skin. It looked powdery to me. I always felt like it was powdery, and I you know, compared to like the bronzer, which is my favorite bronzer of all time, I knew they could do a much better formula. So looking at these shades are not meant to sit on top of the face like this. They are formulated with black rose oil. It's meant to melt into the skin for a dewy, pearly finish that actually skips the need for highlighter. So this is buildable. They're sheer, but you can layer them. The packaging is similar to the packaging that they had before, but this one has star design, diamond design instead of the stars on the old one. But it is the same opening. You can see though, the minute you open these, that the formula is quite different than the old one. I'm going to take off my jacket to show you these because I also want to show you the lipsticks on my arm, and it's going to be kind of hard to do with denim. These are not quiet luxury basics. That's not what this is at all. This is Arctic Rose. You can see that it's layerable. It goes on sheer at first, but as you build it, it has a gorgeous luminosity to it. So this would work on somebody with a deeper skin tone because you can layer it. But it's going to look great on somebody who is pale because, again, when you first look at it in the pan, you're like, oh, that's too deep, but actually. And then this one, the Soft Plum, I got this one because I thought a lot of people would be like, oh, it's too deep for me. And I wanted to show you how this is going to actually work really well on somebody who's pale or has a deeper skin tone, depending on who you are and what works for you. You see what I mean? Like they are sheer, they are luminous, but they build. So I am going to use the pink, the Arctic Fox first, Arctic Rose. And then I'm going to use the plum almost as like contour, and then we'll use the bronzer over it so you can see how that works. This formula is the first time since the bronzer from Gucci where I have been like, oh, I need to get more Gucci products. Like when I bought that bronzer, and literally, I think, guys, it was like the first year I was on here doing this just part-time for fun. This was 2020. I didn't have any of the old Gucci, because Gucci did have products before. And I was so impressed with the bronzer. That's when I was like, oh, you know, Gucci might have some products out there. So when they came out with their lipsticks and their liners and stuff, I bought them all. And I was a little bit let down, I think, by a lot of the products, like the liners and stuff, because it wasn't as amazing as the bronzer. I'm not saying they weren't good. It's just the bronzer was like perfect. Well, this blush, this is my kind of blush. Like it is sheer in the sense that you know, when you first put it on, it's like not too deep, but that's perfect for me because I am so pale, but it's buildable so that you can decide if you want a really deep, glowy look or if you want something that's just light. And this type of finish is my kind of finish. It's like, I like something that has a glow to it, but it sinks into the skin. It doesn't lay on top of the skin, which is very important. If you have drier skin like I do, or you have more mature skin or both, it really does make a huge difference that the formula can sink into the skin and look like skin. If it lays on top of the skin, especially if you have very dry skin, it's not gonna be as flattering. How's that? All right, so now we're gonna take the Soft Plum. I'm gonna use the same brush, and what I'm gonna do with this is the 90s version of contouring, 80s and 90s. And that's really all, you know, contouring is. You're just taking a cooler, deeper shade and making it, you know, shadow. And I can put a little bit up here. Again, these shades are sheer enough that I don't have to worry about it being too deep when I use a brush like this. This is a goat brush. It's pretty, like, it's a worker of a brush. But I don't have to be concerned because the formula is sheer enough that I can use it pretty freely, but then if I want to build it, I absolutely can. And I'll show you, like with my finger, if I wanted to have a very deep application, all I would have to do, and that's just the tiniest amount, guys. Like I'm not using a lot. So if you wanted to build this, it's very easy to do. But both shades I think are absolutely lovely. And yes, I do plan on getting the other shades of the blush. Hopefully I can get them on sale because I have a lot of blush, so I don't need to just purchase, you know, all 6 shades. But I do think it's a really stunning, stunning look. Now the bronzer, if you've never seen the bronzer before, it's like a very silky, easily dispersed bronzer that has a very cool toned to it. It's one of the few that works for, in my opinion, people who have like reddish undertones or hair where you don't really tan and you just sort of get I don't want to say you burn, but I mean, it's that kind of thing. And so it looks really good with the bronzer as well. If you really want to bronze up your face, it goes really well with that too. Highlighter that came out last year. Now again, this is the lilac, so I would probably use a different shade if I was going to do it, but I only have the lilac one. I actually didn't get the other ones because I was kind of like, do it, you know, Gucci again, like, but it's actually a beautiful highlighter and I do like it. I think it's much better than I thought it was going to be. So, you know, the blushes I think are outstanding. I think they're just amazing. I have to say, I think the direction overall has just been excellent. So I'm going to take off these shades and then I'm going to talk about the new shades that I picked up in lipstick and compare them to all the other shades that I have so you guys can get a feel for how different these are or how similar they are to shades that you might already own. Also, I am wearing a Gucci fragrance today. This is the Virgin Violet, which if you like a violet scent, this is phenomenally good. Now, this is like old school violet. It smells very much like the old Guerlain meteorites. Love this scent. I mean, I could just spray it all day. It smells like old time violet, but I love this one. This one is just beautiful. So this is the Virgin Violet. It's one of my favorites from Gucci, from their Premier Collection or whatever it's called. All right, so I picked up all sheer shades from Gucci. They do have different formulas and they come in different packaging. And they also do special packaging from time to time. So I have these, which are the Glow and Care lipsticks. I always call them by the, like I come up with all kinds of names. And they are a slim, elegant gold bullet with the floor editions that have the floor print, this one here. And here we go, which is from 1966. Kind of an interesting print. Anyway, they are also infused with black rose oil and hyaluronic acid. So they offer 24-hour hydration, visibly plump the lips, and it works really well for anyone who has dry lips like I do. So I will show you all of these shades. All right, so this is Peggy Taupe, and I love like the thin bullets. I know it means that you get less product. I'm good with it. I mean, I know not everybody is, but I like the thinner bullet. This is Louise Orange. This is Lynette Stone. This is Call It a Day. This is one of my favorite names. This one is Devotion. You can see how glowy they are. And some are a little bit more pigmented than others. They all have this black rose oil, hyaluronic acid, and are very, very hydrating for the lips. This one is My Cousin Rachel. And this one with the 1966 packaging is They Met in Argentina. All right, so those are all the Glow and Care. They are glowy, hydrating, pop of color, kind of like the veils or the chics from Chantecaille. Then we have the satin finishes, and the satin finishes come in these gold packaging. They are full coverage, high pigment color with a classy creamy shine. The case is a gold tone tube with intricate Art Deco inspired patterns in them. They contain natural oils to keep lips smooth, and every once in a while they do like different colored packaging. This one is Eliza Ginger, one of my favorite colors. This one is Penny Beige. This one is The Girl from Paris, which I think was a limited edition shade, which is why you have that packaging. It's a great shade. Goes really well with the hair. And then I have the special edition one, which is in a different formula. This is Agatha Orange. This has this very fluorescent, glittery finish. You can see it in the tube. And so this is a special edition that they did of the Agatha Orange. Okay, then they have the sheers. Now the sheers are my favorite. They are Voile Voile. They are semi-transparent, luminous color with a watercolor kind of effect. They are ivory with delicate pink rosebud pattern. This is from the 1950s, and they do have some special edition ones every once in a while. I'll show you one that has the blue. They are highly moisturizing. They are very, very lightweight. New shades, which I have picked up, are Marie Almond, which is a warm nude, Clara Chestnut, which is a red brown, and Lila Towne, which is a muted taupey rose. So I will show you all those three today, in addition to the ones that I already own. So these are the sheer, and then I have the painted veil. Again, these are gonna be the sheerest formula. They are semi-transparent, but they're not, you know, you definitely get some pigment out of these. We have, of course, Agatha Orange, one of my favorite shades from Gucci. You see, there's definitely pigment there. It's not like they are, you know, non-existent shades. And then this is the special blue 1950s rosebud print. It's inspired by a 1950s rosebud print. And this one is in Marina Scarlet. 3 new shades. Let's do Marie Almond first. This is a warm nude with the packaging. Oh, that's a great shade. It looks similar a little bit to Eliza Ginger. Clara Chestnut, which is a red brown. Oh, that's also another good one. Also looks like Eliza Ginger. I have a feeling that these are going to be new favorite lipsticks. And then the last one is Lila Towne, which is a muted taupey rose. Yeah, these are all good. So again, these are the glows. These are the satins. Here's this luminous, glittery shade. And then these are the sheers. And you can see the sheers aren't like, they're not sheer. I mean, they are semi-transparent, but they still have a lot of pigment to them. So I am going to use the Clara Chestnut today, the red brown. This is a great shade. This is a very me shade. In fact, all of these three are very me shades, these three here. So Gucci often releases the same shade name like Agatha Orange, or another one that's really popular is Goldie Red, in all the formulas and all the finishes. So you'll have one that's matte, one that's satin, one that's in the glossy, glowy shades, and then the sheers. So if you really like a shade, if you find that there's a color that you really love and you want it in different finishes, you can do that with Gucci because they often do it with their more popular shades. And not even always with the most popular ones. They do it quite often. So if you try something on, like, let's say you don't like a matte, but you found a lipstick that you love the color, take a look on the Gucci website and see if it comes in a different formula because you might love the color, but not necessarily the texture. So to wrap up, is Gucci back? I mean, did it go away? Yeah, I felt like it did. But if you're looking for the safe, quiet luxury aesthetic that they've been trying for the last couple of seasons, I think the direction might be a little bit jarring. But if you've missed the old Gucci, if you loved the Tom Ford Gucci, if you love that 1960s over-the-top aesthetic, I think, and there's a little bit of theater to all of this, then I think 2026 might be your year to try out Gucci again or for the first time. The Glow blushes are the perfect metaphor for this shift, and they aren't about correcting your face with a matte coverage. They're about a radiant, alive blush look that you can build the flush for your face. The Arctic Rose, I think, is the standout for this collection. It has this glass skin look to it, and the Clara Chestnut lipstick is this almost 90s throwback a little bit, Tom Ford era, but a little bit different, a little bit updated. And to me, this is very much about an attitude, a Gucci attitude, which I think is important when you're looking at these types of lines, because what really differentiates, you know, one $49 blush from another $49 blush? Let's be honest, guys. I mean, that's not cheap. $50 for a blush is expensive. And how does that hold up against like Saint Laurent or Chanel or any other brand? It's about a vibe. It's about an entire look. It's about an entire attitude that people associate themselves with, being a Chanel person or a Dior person. And a Gucci person, I think they kind of lost their way, at least recently. And at least first impressions, I feel like they're getting some of that back. I love the new blushes. The new lipstick shades are, in my opinion, fantastic. I already love the formula, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else they come out with. If the cushion foundation does make its way here to the United States, I'm gonna be purchasing it to see what I think. And I am gonna go check out the Gucci collection in person and see if there's anything that I can actually afford, because I love the new aesthetic. So I'd love to hear what you think about the new blushes, about the new collection, about the new direction. And thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.